Hey YouTube, it's me, BrandonColonel again. The next knife review that I've got is on the Whitetail Cutlery, which is just another branch of frost cutlery. It is a Whitetail Cutlery knife. It comes in this box. The box doesn't really say anything other than WT-150. So I'm going to call it the Whitetail WT-150. This is a knife, and it has what they call a Delrin handle, which they've made it to look like stag. And overall, it actually has. I've only handled a few stag knives in the past, so I don't have a true basis of knowledge for it, but it feels somewhat the same. Has a pretty good feel to it, and these do have a very rough texture to them, so that way it really does feel like actual stag handle. And but this is it's got a pretty good feel to it. And now, for those of you thinking this looks like basically a fillet knife or some kind of a hunting knife, just like what you would use to dress a deer afterward, then basically this doesn't actually keep an edge or even get as sharp as you would think it should for really that task. Now it does get pretty sharp, I'll give it that much, but it doesn't get as sharp as I would have thought it would for a knife with this type of edge geometry, because it does get to a pretty acute point. And although this is fairly thick, this may be fairly thick, but with the grind that it has on it, I would have thought that it would have gotten a lot sharper than it is. Let me get a piece of paper. I forgot to get one before the video. Okay, here we go. I'm on my bed right now, which is why you're seeing my feet when I get off. Okay. Now, I don't know how well you can actually see that, but it's not exactly the smoothest cut in the world. It is actually a fairly rough cut, and I have sharpened this since the last time that I used it, and it's still that rough. So, and as you can see, it takes, I can't just simply go all the way through it in one go. I have to continue slicing and go like that. So it has been sharpened, and it has been sharpened well. It's just this is not exactly the best for keeping an edge, or even taking the edge in the first place. Now, the end cap and the guard are both brass, so that's a pretty good upside there. Let's see what it's at here. It just says stainless steel blade and brass guard. Delrin handle comes with nylon sheath. 9.25 inches overall length. Fixed blade knife. That's all that the box says. Now, as far as a sheath, single stitching, Velcro strap on here. But I haven't really had any problem with the Velcro on it yet. It does keep it in place very well. There's a little bit of rattling, but that just comes in with a nylon handle. Sorry, with a nylon sheath. Comes out fairly easily. If you need to put it in, goes back in fairly easily. Single stitching, but it is very rigid. Like it doesn't bend all that easily. Which I think it has probably got a plastic insert somewhere in here for rigidity. But yeah, so it actually is a fairly decent sheath though. Comes with a belt loop strap. So fairly simple sheath, but it works. But this would not be good for any kind of heavy use cutting tasks. This would actually more be suited as like a almost just a really fancy kitchen knife, really. I've used it to cut up some oranges, cut up some fruit. Um, if you wanted to use it as like a skinning knife, it probably would get the job done, but you may want to really do some work on this to make sure that it is razor sharp and can do a cut test better than that. Because right now it's just not the best. So you may have to do some major work making sure that this is actually up to standards. Now let me get you one last good look at this, because this is all that I can even say about it. It does have the Whitetail Cutlery tang stamp there. At the most, I would give this maybe 440A. This is it's just not a great steel, but I could blame it on heat treating, but I don't know. I haven't had any other Whitetail Cutlery products to compare it to, so I wouldn't know. But it is a very comfortable handle. That's really all that I can say about this, and I'm only 6 minutes and 20 seconds in. So, as always, YouTube, stay safe.